Hey guys, welcome back to the United Star, and we're here to do an FPL video. Sadly, Siobhan couldn't make it, so I'm filling in. Siobhan, we hate you for not coming. But let's look back at the United Star League. We have a Katsuki who is now at the top of the table. I think things are getting very interesting. It's as interesting as the Premier League, Prasham. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. And if you all haven't joined the league yet, if you just join it, I don't know why you all wouldn't. It's free to join, and you'll stand a chance of winning a jersey of your choice. And as Vishesh said, things are getting competitive, things are heating up. So be part of the competition. The links are in the description.
So, guys, let's get straight to it, Prasham. Obviously, unfortunately, the Newcastle Aston Villa game's not happening because of COVID, and I think that's a very good move. Rather than risking it, a lot of people talking about fans coming back into the stadium. One game's not happening can be shifted to later, no harm. But let's focus on fantasy Premier League. Things are getting very exciting with this unpredictable season. What's your take on the three captain picks and who would they be? Because if we look at it, there's City versus Fulham. City just scored five against Burnley, even though that's a tradition more or less now. There's Arsenal versus Spurs. There's Liverpool versus Wolves. Do you see any specific pick in there?
Yeah. So I mean, obviously for the City Fulham game, you always can bank on Kevin De Bruyne. I think Fulham do tend to concede a lot of goals. I know they got the first win of the season. Scott Parker's team have looked better, but I think against Pep Guardiola's Man City, who just scored five, as Vishesh said, I think it'll be too much for them to handle, and at least see City scoring three or four goals in that game. Kevin De Bruyne is also highest on expected points this week, so that is something that you all can look into. He's also sort of get moving slowly up the chances created and shots on and key passes. So I think Kevin De Bruyne against Fulham. If you don't have De Bruyne and have Sterling, then obviously you can look at Sterling as well. The second sort of choice is one game Vishesh you didn't mention is Leicester versus Sheffield United. I think Sheffield United have been pretty poor. Leicester have been poor for their last two games as well. I have to sort of say that. But Jamie Vardy again, he's not scored now. I think in three games, so you probably expect him to get a goal at least. And Sheffield's defense has not looked particularly good. They have started looking better going forward, but the second captain I'd pick is sort of Jamie Vardy for this game against Leicester City. For this game against Sheffield, I think that is something that I definitely try. And the third choice that I'm going to pick is actually a far field choice. I mean, Vishesh mentioned Spurs versus Arsenal. Now, this is the fixture where you could probably captain Harry Kane. Harry Kane has, I think, scored. I think in the last six or seven North London derbies, I think he scored at least a goal, and he has a phenomenal record. This is the first game, as Vishesh said, fans are also back, so it's a North London derby with fans. So I think that also could play an important part in it. And let's face it, Arsenal have been absolutely poor. They've been horrendous, and this could be sort of Harry Kane has not been getting the points returns in the last couple of games, and this could be when he comes good. So I think my third pick is again a far field pick, and I know for all those doubting me, my last week's far field pick was Callum Wilson, and he got 12 points. So Harry Kane could sort of be that person again this week. Another fixture just keep an eye on. I don't think there's a captain's choice there. Is Palace versus West Brom. I don't know what the situation with Zaha is yet. If he'll be playing that game, we don't have much news on that. But maybe if he's playing, then I think West Brom are also there for the taking, and Palace will get goals there.
Prasham, I think I agree with the majority of your points. I think City is a side on the up. They've been performing well now after a rocky start. When it comes to Leicester versus Sheffield, definitely Sheffield are performing horribly, something none of us expected. So I do see something out there. Yeah.
I called it a podcast. They're going to get relegated. So yeah, there's that.
Okay, I didn't expect it. But then again, Leicester have a point to prove after losing to Fulham in the last game week. I'm not sure about the Spurs Arsenal kind of prediction because I think Arteta has to get something to save his job in this game. But I just want to ask you about three games before we wrap it up. Just a quick sum up of any players from this. First, Burnley versus Everton. Burnley have been relatively, shaky. Do you think DCL can finally bag in some goals as he did come the start of the season?
I think Everton will win, but I don't think they'll score five like City did. I think they'll score two, maybe three. Nick Pope also, it was a big miss for Burnley in the last game. he was not available because of injury and he didn't play. So I think that played a massive sort of that played into Man City's hands as well. So I think obviously DCL is the top pick over there. Nick Pope, I may have a chance to start. I'm not sure yet. Again, it says 75% chance to start, and I think he will start. So if he starts, then obviously that reduces the number of goals that go in. So again, DCL is my only pick from there. I wouldn't go for James right now.
Okay, shifting on to the Chelsea versus Leeds game, I'm expecting it to be a very open one with the way Marco Bielsa plays. So, do you think Chelsea can perform something out there, especially after their 4-0 win against Sevilla?
Vishesh, I think it'll be opposite. I don't think it'll be an open game. Suddenly, Bielsa has tightened up his defense massively. Leeds, I think, have kept three clean sheets in a row now, and before that, they conceded one goal. So I think Leeds are defending very well. Having said that, I think Chelsea bring too much firepower for Leeds to see the game out, and I think Bielsa will sort of realize that. And I think the picks from this game, I think one key pick, I think I'm going to stick with Hakim Ziyech. I think he's due a points haul. I think he's there. And I think from Leeds, I think Patrick Bamford in the attack is a no-brainer. And Stuart Dallas, I think in midfield, he's becoming like Lundstrom. He's playing in the midfield rather than the defense, and he's a defender. So, and if they keep clean sheets, I think his involvements in the box are also very high, and he's taking shots as well. So Dallas in the defense and Bamford are going forward. And of course, Chelsea have Chilwell and Reece James, who are very good options in the defense.
And the last game, obviously, we have to talk about Manchester United versus West Ham. Do we stick with Bruno? We've always seen you say, like, Siobhan's been anti-Bruno, you've been Bruno. Do you think we continue with this as a FPL strategy, or do you think Bruno could be rested for the Leipzig game?
No, I think Bruno Fernandes will play, and I don't see any reason why he shouldn't start. And I don't see any reason why managers should take Bruno Fernandes out either. I think he has been quite phenomenal. I think he's been the second highest point scoring midfielder after Son. And I think there's no reason, again, like to not start him. He's in better form than Son is. And if you have him in your team, he is also a potential captaincy option, I feel. But if you have him in your team and don't sell him. Of course, there's a reason he's the second most point scorer, like I said. So there's no reason to sell him. And yeah, there's no other United player you should be getting in though.
So, guys, that's about it. Again, just a reminder: remove all, at least bench all your Aston Villa players. So, if you have a Martinez in goal, either get him out, get a new keeper for this game. If you have Jack Grealish, put him on the bench. We wouldn't advise you selling Jack Grealish because he's there. He's a great asset to have at the moment. But otherwise, Prashant believes it's Jamie Vardy, Harry Kane, and Kevin De Bruyne who should be your captain picks. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching our video. If you do like it, please click on the thumbs up and please subscribe to our channel. Click on the bell icon to get daily notifications from the United Star. Follow us on Instagram at the.United Star, and we will see you soon.